The Last of Us Episode 6 reminded me a lot of the game. Some of the dialogue was word for word, and they changed a lot less in this episode. This scene was not in the game, but I really liked the couple in the beginning.
Why did you shoot him?
The gun's all the way over there.
Joel has a gun on them the whole time, but the wife seems so unbothered. The husband asks, "You made him soup?" And the wife just says,
Yeah?
I also laughed when Joel asks, "Any advice on the way east?" And the husband says, "Yeah, go west." Joel also says that he wants to raise sheep, which I think was a nod to the second game. At one point, Ellie asks if they're even sure that the cure will work, and I really like that she brought this up, because at the end of the day, no one is sure this is going to work. Even if everything goes to plan, there's no guarantees that it will work. I liked the tension when the cowboy dog who can smell out infected sniffs Ellie. It was a good moment to show Joel's fear of Ellie coming to harm and how he really cares about her now. I felt like they were mixing games 1 and 2 with Tommy's settlement. The place looks a lot like the settlement they were at in game 2, and I could have sworn I saw a girl who vaguely looked like Ellie's girlfriend in game 2. There were plenty of animals in this episode. Shimmer was really cute, but I don't think that she was in game 1. I think that she was in game 2. And later we see monkeys, just like in the game.
Aw, are those monkeys?
Yeah, a whole mess of them.
Are those monkeys?
Must be from the old labs.
Look at them go.
I was waiting for the giraffe we were supposed to see when they were at the college, but they didn't show him. That was maybe the most disappointing thing of this episode. In both the game and the show, Joel urges Tommy to finish the journey with Ellie. But in the show, he lies to Tommy at first, saying that Ellie is the daughter of fireflies and he's being paid to deliver her to her parents. But eventually, Joel tells Tommy the truth about Ellie being immune and possibly being the cure. I did like the lie, though. It makes sense. If Tommy had known that Ellie was immune, it might have caused a panic, or Tommy might have later on been angry that Joel didn't finish the mission, especially now that he has a child on the way. Later on, Joel sees a woman with hair like Sarah's, and it's clear that he misses her, which explains why he was so angry when Tommy told him the news of his new baby. Joel might be jealous, or he might just be afraid that his brother will have someone like he had Sarah, who if he lost her, would cause him so much pain. There's also a little girl who runs to the woman who looks like Sarah. They both represent what Joel could have had. Y'all are probably not going to care about this, but one detail that bothered me was related to Maria. I can't remember if it was in the game, but Maria says she was an ADA before the outbreak, but that would put her somewhere in her mid-40s with a baby on the way? That's tough. If she graduated college around the age of 21, then she would have been about 24 when she graduated law school. If she passed the bar and got the job as an ADA right out of law school and then worked for about a year, she would be 25. The outbreak happened 20 years ago, so that would put her at about 45. I know that 45-year-olds can have babies, but that's really rough considering that we don't have the modern medicine and medical facilities that we do right now. I did predict at the very beginning of this episode that this episode would end with Joel getting hurt, even before all the foreshadowing. But I did like the foreshadowing. He tells Tommy about feeling weak and afraid for Ellie because he can't act fast enough to save her. Echoing his failure with Sarah, he says, "I'm just going to get her killed." And earlier, Joel is struggling to breathe and holding his hand to his chest. Tommy even calls Joel old, the same way he does in the game.
You get f***ing old.
Easy.
And we have to remember, Joel is in his 50s. That would be like my parents surviving the apocalypse. The scene where Ellie confronts Joel about leaving her is word for word with the game and a really good scene overall.
So don't tell me that I'd be safe with somebody else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared. Don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared.
In the morning, Ellie looked like she was hoping that it would be Joel that was going to come through that door. And her face lights up when they meet Joel in the stable stealing a horse. All these moments do a good job of showing how Ellie has become attached to Joel. Oh, and just a side note, but the monkey who surprises them in the medical wing scared me more than he did in the game, and I should have been expecting him. He was really cute though, so he is forgiven. Overall, I really liked this episode, even though it was a bit quieter than episode 5. What did y'all think of episode 6? Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, don't be afraid to subscribe. Bye y'all.